Reading a book every day. Today we are reading Poor Charlie's Almanac. How does a capable person solve problems? What sets them apart from ordinary individuals in terms of thinking? Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's mentor and partner, is undoubtedly a remarkable individual. The book we are reading today contains over 20 years of his experience and insights. In this video, I will share the 3 most impactful points from it. First point, multidisciplinary mental models. This is perhaps Charlie Munger's most important theory, and it has had the greatest impact on me. Looking at each problem from different angles and levels often leads to different interpretations. For instance, if your boss has a particularly volatile temper and a strong need for control, how should you interact with him? From your perspective, it could be because your work didn't meet expectations. From the company's perspective, it could be dissatisfaction with the organization. From a sociological perspective, it could be the current employment environment, causing him to be filled with anxiety. Different angles yield different possibilities, and each possibility corresponds to a potential solution. Therefore, in order to fully understand a problem and find the optimal solution among all alternatives, one must possess multidisciplinary mental models. The book states that we must be aware of the important theories of important disciplines and use them frequently, instead of relying on only one or a few. For most people, starting from high school with the division of arts and sciences and choosing a specialized field in college, their growth trajectory becomes increasingly narrow and singular. With the advent of the information age, especially the upcoming AI era, skills in a single domain are becoming increasingly susceptible to being replaced by machines. The best way to maintain competitiveness is to cultivate a multidisciplinary mental model. Multidisciplinary mental models do not mean that you have to simultaneously learn multiple fields. You can gradually expand from a field in which you excel to other different domains. For example, you can extend from mathematics to philosophy, from philosophy to science, from science to psychology, and so on, and then integrate and connect various disciplines. You will discover that the seemingly independent problems we encountered in the past are actually interconnected. Once different disciplines and fields of thinking models are interconnected, a new and more comprehensive thinking model can be formed. This thinking model helps us see problems from a broader and deeper perspective, making them simpler and clearer. Second point, circle of competence. Humans are rationalizing animals. When we encounter a problem, we tend to attribute it to external factors beyond our control or factors outside our circle of competence. Rarely do people consider factors within their own capabilities. For example, if you didn't perform well in a certain exam, there could be various reasons. It could be because the exam questions were too difficult, or it could be because you were not feeling well. Or it could simply be because you were too careless or had not mastered certain knowledge points. If you attribute the problem to the difficulty of the exam questions or your physical condition, it is highly likely that you will not achieve the desired results in the next exam. Those who attribute the problem to themselves will generally make progress in subsequent exams. The same applies to work and life. When a person always seeks answers from places far beyond their circle of competence, the problem will never be solved. A person with multidisciplinary mental models means that their circle of competence is much larger than that of an ordinary person. If this person can also clearly understand where the boundaries of their circle of competence lie, know when they are operating within the center of their competence, and when they are approaching the edges, they can solve almost any problem. Third point, the key to success. I believe that the essence of success is being able to solve problems that others cannot solve. In other words, success requires 3 preliminary assumptions. First, I identify a problem that has not been solved yet. Second, I have the capability to solve this problem. Third, this problem is difficult for others to solve, or it is relatively challenging to solve. Based on this understanding, we can comprehend the key to success as mentioned by Charlie Munger. We succeed by remembering the obvious, not by mastering the obscure. We never try to become extremely intelligent individuals. Instead, we strive to avoid becoming foolish ones. Because what is obscure varies from person to person, something that is obscure to you may be obvious to someone else. All profound problems are composed of numerous obvious ones. The reason they are considered profound is that some of the obvious ones are not yet understood. If you haven't grasped something profound, it also means that it is beyond your circle of competence. In other words, it is not the best time to solve that problem. So, instead of dealing with something profound right now, try to understand and focus on the simpler aspects related to it. This is what the book refers to with another phrase. Just master and apply all that's obvious. Moreover, by mastering easily learnable principles, you can become proficient in many different domains. To conclude, I'll share a quote from the book. "The safest way to try and get what you want, is to try and deserve what you want."